Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is Lord Nod at the site of E3 in 2014. We are at with Ubisoft, and we today are going to be looking at some beautiful, beautiful work that Ubisoft has done around racing and their take, which is called The Crew. So welcome to the show.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Tell us who you are and what you do.
I'm Andrew Willans. I'm a senior game designer. I work for Reflection Studio, and I'm part of the Crew team. So
great. So look, there's been so many games on racing out there, but I think the Crew's done a beautiful job of going and taking this new perspective. So tell us what the Crew does.
What it does, well, it does the whole of the USA is what it does. It does this huge open world, persistent online universe that is the USA. A playground that is just vast with, you know, over 1,000 activities to go into. You've got missions there, and it's multiplayer, multiplayer, multiplayer. I mean, I'm going to say that again, multiplayer. There, I might say it again, multiplayer, because it's really multiplayer. And I mean everything. I'm talking about, you know, the missions. You know, there is a narrative glue to this game. There's a series of missions which take you on this adventure across the USA. You don't have to do it, but you can do it, and you can do it with your friends. So it's all about being a crew and actually riding through this huge road trip and experiencing all of these different missions together. And it's got an adaptive kind of scoring system, so you know, if the crew gets a victory, then the crew gets a victory, all 4 people sharing that victory, but also the top performers are rewarded for their extra efforts. You know, so if you were the badass driver, or you know, I took down a guy in a takedown mission, you know, the scoring's kind of balanced, so that we'll get a special prize for our special efforts. So
wow, wow. So this is, well, I don't know, my mind's going, hey, this is MMORPG meets car racing with equal distribution of points, and well, like, yeah, like
we call it a car PG. We're happy with that. We're happy with car PG.
Well, it's a car PG, man. Yeah. He said it, and I'm gonna go run with it. It is a car PG, and well, tell us more about this multiplayer. So it's persistent.
Yes. Yeah, it's a persistent online world. I mean, it's 8 players basically, and you know, as you're traveling from coast to coast on your tour, you're gonna kind of matchmake in and out of different players. It's like a rolling session, you know, almost like a bubble. And you're going to meet people on that journey. And it might be that you're on your own and you just go traveling. You might encounter someone, you join them for a single race, or you might want to crew up, or you might want to be lifelong friends, who knows, you know? Or you might want to grief someone, you know? You might just think, right, that guy's got a nicer Lamborghini than me, I'm going to go and dent it. What's to say, you know, it's...
Also, you've raised 3 brilliant points. First, how big can your crew be?
Up to 4. So it's 4 players, and that also gives us the opportunity to have what we're showing today, which is a crew v crew multiplayer. So we do have normal PvP, we have team v team or player v player, but a crew is all about the performance of the crew. So it's which crew was the best, the top scorer, rather than just going on a straight kind of nice guy finish first or last, you know.
Good. Second question. You just said that Lamborghini, and I don't want a Lamborghini getting dented, so how effective is damage? How effective is damage in the game?
We'll communicate more details on that at a later date, okay. But well, you know, I can say there is a, you know, a believable damage system in there. It's just, well, I'll probably not go into the specifics until we're ready to communicate that.
Good. So actually that leads to my next question. When can I get my grubby hands on this beauty?
11/11 this year. So the 11th of November this year is when we
11 o'clock? Don't say 11 o'clock.
No, I'm not going to. That's quite good, actually, though. I think we might, right, if Ubisoft are watching, 11 o'clock on the 11th of the 11th. So that works for me. That works.
11. That's our recommendation.
And it's not $11.99.
Not yet. But so coming to well, you've made this beautiful world, and it's photorealistic, right? So I can be in the Grand Canyon and it'll look like the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, we've got all of the famous locations in there, and that's the joy of it, you know. At one point you're just looking on this map at this whole USA, suddenly you're in Yosemite and you're going along these dirt roads and having a great time crossing rivers. Then the next minute you're in the desert. It's vast. And then suddenly in the middle of a city, you know, power sliding 90-degree corners in downtown LA and places like that. It's amazing. It's a huge scope. It's just a big playground. So
great. Final question, and I know this has been talked about a lot, and your CEO Yves talked about this. You can customize your car to no end, right?
yeah.
Tell us about that.
It's a crazy figure. I mean, it's a crazy figure of customization options. You start with You start with a full stock ride, and a full stock ride is like a manufacturer's setting, fresh from the car showroom ride. And then we have these 5 different classes of spec. We call them spec, and it's like armor in an RPG, different kind of tools for different jobs. So we have a street spec, which is a lightly modified kind of race kind of spec. We have a dirt spec, which is kind of bringing back that feeling of the old rally style. You know, lots of power sliding. They're great on dirt roads. We have performance cars, which are just insane top speed. You know, this is the Lamborghinis, lots of nice body kits. We have the raid spec, which is just amazing. You can go anywhere in a raid vehicle. You know, you see a mountain, you can drive up it. It almost looks like a monster truck. It's so kind of specced out. And then we have circuit, which is, you know, these kind of cars usually would be like, you know, restrained to a racetrack. NASCAR, yeah, but we let you loose. It's like, take that on the city streets, you know, and if you can handle the power, good on you. So
wow.
In addition to that, we also have, you know, it's like each car is like a 20-piece puzzle. So you've got 11 mechanical parts, which you can upgrade, and 9 cosmetic parts. So it's sky's the limit, man.
I can imagine people just spending more time pimping their car and customizing it than driving it.
Spent far too long doing this. That's why we've had to cut down the demo today, I think.
Well, it's a car PG, man. That's all I got to say. Well, you heard it here. This is Lord Nod signing off, saying thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's been brilliant.
Cool. Have a good E3.
Yeah, you too. Cheers.